Another day, another attempt by Marvel to make people think they're trying to do better. Whether it's bringing back characters like Bullseye, Foggy, and Karen for their Daredevil reboot, or what seemed like a fun trailer for Deadpool and Wolverine, some people think that things are finally looking up for Marvel. It's a notion that fans desperately want to believe, but as usual, it's just not the case, and there's plenty of proof they haven't learned the lesson they needed to learn from all their failures.
Well, that sucks!
First up, we have the confirmation of the Fantastic Four cast that we've all heard about for a while. As far as how they look, 3 out of 4 aren't bad, although beyond looks, I've seen Vanessa Kirby's movies, and her personality doesn't really seem right for a character like Sue Storm. She's usually some kind of underworld criminal or a spy, so it's hard to imagine her playing a more innocent character like Sue Storm. At the very least, she actually looks somewhat like Sue Storm. Who in God's name is this guy supposed to be?
What the hell is even that?
Come on, man, this is just ridiculous. This guy looks absolutely nothing like Reed Richards other than his gray hair. As others have pointed out, this is the exact opposite of creativity. He's Hollywood's go-to diversity hire these days, since he's a big-name actor who says all the socially acceptable things and can bring some star power to a project. Again, this isn't creative because it's the third time someone has pulled this exact move. First it was Maxwell Lord in Wonder Woman 84, a movie we'd all rather pretend doesn't exist, and Joel from the Last of Us TV show. Both situations had him play a character he looked nothing like, and in both cases he brought his patented beta male energy with him to ruin the character.
You're a poor excuse for a man. Get out.
When the rumor about Pedro's casting first came out, we heard a lot about how no other actors wanted this role because of the way they wrote Reed as a toxic male. When a role is too toxic for modern day actors, you know we have a serious fucking problem. Kevin Feige also had a problem with casting the whole team accurately because they would be too white, which is where Cuckboy Pedro comes in to solve that problem for him. The fact that Marvel still has that mentality of something being too white is exactly why they'll never be able to prioritize story over their weird agenda. But hey, at least Silver Surfer is probably going to be a guy now like he should have been from the start. So I guess let's all congratulate Marvel for fixing a problem they created in the first place.
Whole bunch of functional idiots.
As if that wasn't enough great news, Blade is most likely getting pushed back for what seems like the millionth time. I know it's hard to remember this movie still exists, after all it was supposed to come out last November. Apparently Marvel is scared of having the Fantastic Four compete with Superman Legacy, so they're gonna give them Blade's November 2025 spot. That would mean pushing Blade into 2026, almost 3 years after its original release date. Mahershala Ali is finally happy with the script according to insiders, but who the hell knows what makes him happy, so I'd hold off on celebrating until we actually see what Marvel does with this movie. Maybe this time there's only going to be 2 female leads taking the spotlight from Blade in his own movie.
What a terrible joke!
Last but not least, we have X-Men 97. Remember the original X-Men show that had simple animation, great storytelling, and attractive female characters? Yeah, go ahead and forget about all that. Now we have 3D animation, which I guess in their minds was an improvement. If by improvement they mean making my eyes hurt, then mission accomplished. And as far as storytelling goes, it's the X-Men. We already know what's coming here, especially given the psychos involved in this. They're gonna take every chance they get to make this symbolize real world issues, and then the fanboys are gonna run in with their out of context Stan Lee quotes to shove in our faces. As if that wasn't stupid enough, then there's this ridiculous scene. Suffice to say that's not how Gambit's powers work. The moment Wolverine made contact with the enemy, his skin would literally be blown off his fucking bones. But remember, we're the bad guys for expecting people making an X-Men TV show to read X-Men comics or understand the characters at all.
Don't ask questions, just consume product and then get excited for next product.
The changes they made to the female characters are of course not surprising at all. There's no way they could portray female characters like the old show did, because in their minds women don't look like that in the real world. Never mind the fact that anyone who has access to Google can see that a lot of women actually do look like that, and can even cosplay these characters better than the movies or shows themselves. Accepting that reality would hurt their feelings and push them to, work on themselves and improve the way they look. No, they'd rather live in their little safe spaces where they're perfect the way they are, and everyone who disagrees just hates women.
Hey, jump off a boat and let the boat leave. Starve in the ocean or get eaten by sharks.
So as you can see, there's a lot of fun stuff to look forward to. I'm sure all the fans that come back to watch Deadpool and Wolverine or the Daredevil reboot are gonna stick around to see Mr. Fantastic get bossed around by his girl boss wife. They'll definitely be interested in seeing the Blade movie when it comes out in 30 years. And I know they'll all tune into a reboot of a classic animated show that takes all the fun and ass out of the original series. See guys, Marvel is fine. They were already getting rid of Kang before Jonathan Majors had his issues. They just waited until he got arrested to do it because... reasons. At this point, Marvel would be better off just putting all their project budgets towards lottery tickets. At least there, they'd have a chance to win some of their money back.